Hi everyone, time to wrap this package up nicely. Back to Mega Man 4. So last time tackled the Cossack stages, gave some feedback on those. Really good stages in this game overall. The definitely doesn't let up even towards the end. Some Mega Man games have fortresses that just almost give up, Mega Man 2, hint hint cough cough, but this one definitely does not do as such. And this stage, Wily 1 right here is actually probably one of my favorite stages in the entire NEX hexology as far as fortress stages go. It's brilliant. A lot of fortress stages in the Mega Man series don't have clear themes. It's just kind of a fortress with generic enemies, random assets spread around, but this stage has only Mets in it, and the theme is carried all the way through. There is no non-Met enemy in this stage, and you'll see when I get to the boss, for those of you who don't know, that it goes a little bit beyond the enemies too. So this stage, really clever, good stage design. Mega Man 4 doesn't really have any bad stage design, honestly. Almost all of these stages are of extreme quality. And, yeah, not playing the best, running my mouth trying to explain the genius behind all these placements. All these placements are good as well. Almost goes without saying. I do still wish there was a way to distinguish the spinning Mets from the other Mets, especially because they have different HP amounts. The spinning ones have 3 HP. The ones that just shoot only have 1 HP. This spike placement is bad, but that's about the only sin I can find in this level thus far. Although you probably do have time to get out of the way, so it's not a criminal, not a sin or anything. Not too bad. Tricky jump right here. Good platforming. Provides some challenge. It's good to see another water segment, but you probably still won't be finding much use for Rush Marine. There's this ground crawler enemy here. Just get rid of it with Ring Boomerang. So this is the only Yoku segment in the entire game. And the game rewards you for using your weapons. If you have wire, you can skip right past it. And this is the other screen. And similarly, if you have balloon, I'm probably going to screw myself. Okay, no. So yeah, you can use wire and balloon to, quote, cheese these segments, but it's good that the game rewards you for picking that stuff up, because otherwise, they don't see a huge amount of use. Although I do like the items. Let's full wire up right there. I believe I mentioned this last time during the Cossack fight, but it would have been cool if there was a boss that was distinctly weak to the wire, but I don't think that happened anywhere in this game. Also, these two Mets, I don't think they are capable of doing anything. They're just here for decoration. Actually, these pools of water look like they're in the shape of a Met face. Not sure if that's intentional, but considering the weird arrangement, it probably was. Pretty short stage. A lot of these stages are a bit on the shorter side, but nothing bad about that. And here we have the stage's boss, the Metal Daddy. An unfortunate thing about it, weak to the Ring Boomerang, which a lot of other bosses in this game are also weak to it for some strange reason. Not sure why the devs made so many of the bosses weak to it. Although it is a good weakness for this boss. It's a piercing weapon, pierces the Met. It makes sense. So, not a bad choice. Kills the Mets easily as well. So, it could have been worse, I guess. The pattern is pretty simple. Just jumps around, spawns Mets. But it's very likable. Has the same kind of stun effect as Gutsman when he lands. And that's it. Another seizure-inducing flash, just like with all the other bosses. Although, it was before seizures had really come to relevance in the world of gaming, so it's whatever. Wily 2 doesn't have the exact same level of theming as Wily 1, unfortunately, but it's still a good stage. This part at the beginning, kind of stupid. You just have to pick one of these chutes to slide from, and if you pick anything but the second from the top, you'll die. Unless you react fast enough. This room is pretty cool. Panic segment. Some of these drops onto, like, one-block platforms. Like, this is kind of questionable, but I feel like I'm sort of ill-equipped in some ways to critically analyze this stage design as like a veteran, because I already know exactly what to do, so it's a bit harder for me to identify real pitfalls in the design. Eddie just kind of spawns here. I always found this a bit strange, how he just sits around. Actually, I want weapon energy, so I'm gonna roll him back. I'm not gonna waste too much time doing this, though. And these ladders, this is kind of stupid as well. If you go up the left side, there's just no continuing. Oh, and I collected the item. Alright, I messed that up. But anyways, if you go up the left side, this is kind of stupid. There's no real point to this. It's just a waste of time. So, kind of unnecessary. The mummy enemies come back. This is cool. This is a good little hallway here. Put health if you need it. Fun segment. Those mummy enemies are weak to the die missile, if you so wish to use it. And maybe I can... Or actually, no. The bat didn't fly in a way where I could kill it with the wire. Some of these rooms just kind of feel pointless. This one, there's just kind of nothing going on. A bit strange. More of these motorcycle enemies. You can just skip it with a precise jump. This stage is definitely a bit weaker than the previous, like I said, but not bad. Still comparatively a lot better than a lot of other Fortress stages. It blows the hell out of Mega Man 2's Fortress stages. I haven't gotten to those yet, but when the time comes, boy do I have a lot to say about those Fortress stages. And here's the boss. Taco Trash, not sure how it's pronounced, but this boss is a little mediocre. I dislike the fact that he doesn't animate. You might see some live, or actually wait, the light does be... It seems like the light flashes before he fires his attacks sometimes, but it's inconsistent. And there's also a glitch on my end with the scan line. You can see a white line moving through its body for some reason. Anyways, this boss, for some reason, also weak to the ring boomerang. Really not necessary. They could have easily made the weakness something more unique. It could have been drill, could have been even skull for some melee action, although maybe that would have been a bit poor. But there is something interesting about this boss, a little quirk, probably a glitch, but I'd like to show it off. If you fire drill bomb, you'll see that something exploded inside of it, and that just removed the collision hitbox of this boss. So now you can go inside and just walk behind it. And I accidentally killed myself because I got too close, but... Oh. I was not aware that there was not a checkpoint at the boss room. Huh. Well, you learn something new every day. That's pretty stupid. This should put you right back at the boss. I'm not sure why we're back at the stage now. They should have thought that through better. I'm guessing no one in testing died to the boss, or proper testing was definitely not done. We should not be back here. So, that's a flaw. I didn't get to show off the coolness of that glitch, but you can use it to beat the boss really easily. I'll show it off once I get back. Alright, put on drill. This makes it a lot easier too. Alright, boom. And now you can just shoot it from the back. Just like this. So, cool gamer tip if you're having a lot of trouble. Looks like I got hit by jumping too high, so you have to make low jumps if you decide to use this strategy. But yep, the boss will never hit you from back here. This is probably a glitch. Really afraid of dying on the last hit. Alright, nice. I didn't really get a chance to critically evaluate the boss's patterns, but it really just does the same things over and over again. Shoot the slow-moving fireball, and then shoot the ball. Really lackluster on the animation side. It could have definitely had that shoot at the top, opening and closing, or some indicator for the fireball coming out, so pretty mediocre. But, it's fun. It's pretty hectic if you fight it the normal way, so I'll give it some credit there. And now time for the classic refight stage. I'm gonna assign arbitrary numerical scores to all the Robot Masters again. And yeah, that was bullshit. I completely forgot about that. But that shield attacker should not be able to hit you like that. And you can also just straight up miss all these energies if you don't know about them. So, some bad design at the beginning here. Pretty sad that stuff like that is still present. But no game is perfect. And yep, teleporter. Here we go. To give quick commentary on the graphics and music, since I haven't talked about them so far, they're serviceable. The Wily music that played in the previous two stages is really good. This track is okay. Alright, let's get on with it. I forget which teleporters has which masters. I don't think it's in the proper order as it was in Mega Man 5. Drill Man. You spend a lot of time waiting around for him to pop back up, and he has no telegraph for when he does pop back up, which is pretty poor. I'd probably give him a 5. Very average. Kind of disappointing how there's no telegraph, like I said, and his pattern is a bit strange, but I do have a soft spot for dodging it, so. His weakness also only does 3 damage for whatever reason. I always found that to be a bit bizarre. But, probably mostly use the Buster here, just. Unless maybe on Ringman, because. Actually, no, I do know how to kite Ringman. What am I saying? Yeah, there's a lot more waiting in this fight than is really necessary. 5. Alright, next boss. Bright Man. He is a mixed bag. The design is really terrible, but knowing how to fight it, it is kind of fun. I will admit. I like the strategy of... It feels like you're outsmarting him when you don't give him any HP values that allow him to use the Flash Stopper, but as far as it's executed, it's pretty stupid. Which is a shame. Alright. So, yeah, probably 4. He could have also used another flash-based attack other than just shooting. Skullman. Repeats the same things over and over again, but it is fun to dodge. Probably another 5. Oh boy. This is what happens when you have to clear your voice every 2 seconds and you're trying to talk. I'm gonna die here. Great. I should really train my voice to talk more for certain periods of time, because I can already feel my throat drying up. Skullman. another 5 out of 10. Really repeats the same things over and over again, and the pattern is cool and all, but... And this attack, he's literally just waiting. So kind of a waste of time also, but... It's kind of likable. I have mixed feelings. Alright, next up. Dive Man. Probably one of the better fights. I'd probably give him a 6 or a 7. I like the dynamic of having to dodge his quick rush attack, and he reacts to you firing, which is pretty nice. So all in all, pretty good fight. Maybe a little bit on the easily manipulated side. You can just do this over and over again, and he won't change up. You just go back and forth and never fire too many times. But not bad. Better than some of the others. 6. Toadman. 1. I will give no clarifications on this. That footage should tell you all you need to know. Dustman. Probably another 6. He's good. I like how you dodge the Dust Crusher by jumping directly above it. It's kind of comical to me how high he jumps. And the sucking attack is, you know, that's fine. It was kind of ripped directly from Magnet Man from the previous game, but it gets a pass. It makes sense. Something I realized I forgot to mention about Diveman's fight. Kind of useless tidbit. The traditional weakness for him is the Skull Barrier, which is kind of poor, but the Dust Crusher does 3 damage to him, and that's a little bit better. And man, he keeps sucking. This is taking way too long. Alright. But anyways, yeah. Diveman takes 3 damage from the Dust Crusher, and it probably functions better as a weakness. It's more intelligent to stay far away from him, so... Ringman. 4. The pattern is very simple, but it's unnecessarily hard to dodge. Kind of a shame. He could have been so much more than this. But no, just goes back and forth, doing the same things. And, man, I've really lost my ability to fight him. I get way too distracted trying to provide commentary that I just become completely unable to fight. Who's left? Pharaohman. Definitely the best fight in this game. Solid 7 or 8. I like the pattern. The charge attack is cool. He deserves to be the most venerated Robot Master. He's a bit on the easy side, but I'm just gonna use an E-Tank. He's fun to fight. That can't be denied. There's no more use for Brightman's weapon. Might as well just do this again. I get a strange amount of pleasure from hearing the spammed Buster sound. I like how it kills one of the channels in the music too, just because of how the NES sound chip works. And now time for Wily Machine 4. Would you like to take a guess at what weapon the first form was weak to? If you guessed Ring Boomerang just like 70% of the other Fortress bosses, you're correct. Again, I don't know why they did this. It could have easily been Dust. Could have easily been... Hell, it could have been Dive. It could have been literally anything, but no, just choose Ring again. This phase is pretty boring. He tries to aim at you. If you just stand here, he can never hit you. Just time your shots properly. Pretty disappointing. Second phase is a bit more elaborate. One thing I always disliked, he's weak to Drill Bomb, but it can't hit him if you just fire it. You cannot hit him unless you detonate it exactly in front of him. And that was always extremely stupid to me. They should not have made it like this. You should be able to hit him head on with the Drill Bomb. I mean, it's just barely out of your reach, which is the most frustrating part. But if you do that, you're fine. At least they chose something other than Ring Boomerang, which wouldn't be able to reach him anyways. Fun fact, you can use Rain Flush to kill Wily as he's going away in his little capsule. But if you do that, you're soft locked. So I didn't bother showing it off. And it's time for the final showdown. Pretty empty stage. Befitting of the final encounter. Oh, except worms that come from literally nowhere. There definitely should have been an indicator on this. I really dislike how they come from literally nowhere. But, what are you gonna do, I guess? Time for some really good music, though. Despite being only an 11-second loop, this track is really good. I don't know how they managed it. Normally, with a track of this length, it would get really repetitive really fast, but... And, he flashes briefly, so you know where he is. Sometimes you can even hit him like that, which is pretty strange. Sometimes you can even hit him twice. I'm not sure how I managed to do that. And, Parashot, excellent choice of weakness. But, I think everyone knew it was kind of coming. And, what the hell? That... Alright. I feel like that should have killed there. I like being able to slam the final form of Wily with the charged Parashot. That's really funny. So, that's it. That's Mega Man 4. Really good game, like I said. Best of these 6 on the NES. You know, on the aggregate. This ending is bullshit, though. Just turns around on a wall, and he's gone. Very disappointing. For such a strong game, that was a pretty poor ending. Probably the worst of the 6 NES games, as far as endings go. Even though, to my memory, Mega Man 1... Well, no, he went back, but didn't see much about what happened to Wily, and he just escaped like that, so... It kind of taints your victory a little bit. But that skull-shaped explosion is definitely cool. Some abnormally sad credits music too, which I don't really get. But this ending sequence on the train is really cool, especially since the intro sequence has the train as well. So it's a nice way to bring things back full circle. And of course the color changing in the background is very pretty as well. I feel like I've already given a lot of my thoughts on this game as we've gone through, but I really believe that on an objective level, everyone would have to admit that this is the best of the 6 NES games, of the 6 NES Mega Man games. It has the best weapon set out of the first 6 games. The boss AIs probably aren't the best, but the stage design is a lot better than so many of the other Mega Man games. You saw how they continued on with the series with Mega Man 5 that had significantly more boring stages, so this Mega Man 4 really hit the sweet spot as far as fortress designs go. Between, Mega Man 3, which had outrageously short stages, Mega Man 5 that has kind of boring ones. This one hits the nail on the head in a lot of places. But it's not the best Mega Man game ever made. Classic Mega Man game, I should say. I'm not sure which game I'll proceed to review next. I suppose I'll get some feedback from my audience, but I wouldn't mind doing Mega Man 9 next. I've been debating it, although I do equally want to talk about 3, 2... I want to talk about all of them, eventually, obviously, but which one to do next, I'm not sure. Something I probably should talk about now that the Robot Masters are rolling is that they actually messed up the order of some of them. This, they are given the wrong numbers. You just saw Brightman as 25, and now, for some reason, it skipped to 29 for Toadman. So they're being presented in the complete wrong order. And I'm pretty sure 29... No, the numbers are completely wrong. But they are in the correct order. So I'm not sure how that mistake was made, but pretty strange. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, reviewing. So, yeah, I don't have much more to say. Whatever project comes next to me, I'll go through it. A lot more Mega Man games still left to be reviewed. I even want to go through the Game Boy titles, even though there's a bit less original content in those than the NES games, for obvious reasons. With the exception of Mega Man 5 Game Boy, which is an entire game originally built on itself that is wonderful. But, to whoever's watching, that you made it through this entire review, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed my commentary, and it actually warms my heart that someone would enjoy my commentary. Really appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for sticking around. See you guys next time. This is Xeno signing off. Goodbye, Mega Man 4.